It's time for highlights from tonight's hard-hitting high school football action. Sports Extra starts now. Sponsored by New West Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery.
Where there were 4 unbeaten teams left in Class C1, and 2 were playing each other as the Patriots were looking to slow down the man among boys, Carlos Collazo. Aurora facing another undefeated C1 foe as Adams Central. The Huskies up 35-0 at halftime as Booker Shireman is ready for more, airing it perfectly to Carson Stair to put Aurora into the red zone. And then Drew Canoose then getting tricky at the quarterback, keeping weaving through the Patriots for a second tutty of the night to extend the lead to 41-0. Meanwhile, the Huskies defense stayed tough all night. Kellen Peterson chasing down Sam Dirks for a sack as Aurora held Adams Central scoreless through 3. Now the Patriots would make something happen midway through the 4th. Dirks with that screen pass to Holden O'Day, who drags the defender with him for some extra yards. And then Nick Conant then finishes up the drive, rushing in from about 15 yards out to avoid the shutout as Aurora wins big, 41-7. Now NTV's Nicole Weaving was at the game. So Nicole, we talked about the offense, but what about the defense of Aurora?
Yeah, Darren, coming into this game, the storyline was really going to be how can Adams Central's defense, who was giving up only an average of 8 points per game, going to slow down this unstoppable force that is Aurora's offense. And frankly, in the first half, Aurora putting up 35 points didn't feel like a surprise, especially when you got Collazo rushing in for 3, Drew Canoose executing the way that he did. So that kind of didn't end up being the surprise. The bigger one, the fact that the Patriots were shut out in the first half and held scoreless even through 3 until Aurora really put in some of their backups and the Patriots were finally able to get something going. But in that first half, it was a combination of 2 things. Number one, Adams Central shooting themselves in the foot a bit with a trio of interceptions. Drew Canoose actually coming up with a pair of those himself. That just one off from setting a school record. So funny enough, after Carlos Collazo had himself a record-breaking outing this last Friday. That part one of the issues. The second part was just Aurora's defense standing tall in the red zone. Adams Central was able to move the ball. Of course, they have that 2-headed monster in the backfield that they were never going to be able to fully shut down, but they were able in that red zone area, the Huskies just able to hold strong and not allow them to find the end zone, and that's just what kept them off the board. Once I got here in the second half, I was really impressed with Aurora's just hard-hitting nature that they had in the way that they were just able to attack in the backfield and prevent Adams Central from really being able to get much going. So yes, Aurora's offense, exactly what we expected in such a dominant showing, but if anything, is their defense looking equally as scary and what's going to make them such a major threat to go on and look like the state championship contender that they already do. Reporting in Aurora, I'm Nicole Weaving, sending it back to you, Darren.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if anyone can stop Aurora, but we shall see. Thanks, Nicole, as always. Now let's head over to Grand Island, where they're brewing. Grand Island against Elkhorn South takes on Senior Storm, leading 28-3. Start of the second half. Elkhorn South wasting no time. Handoff to Cole Ballard for the short touchdown to put 7 on the board. Storm still in possession. Kick the field goal, but Islanders' Colton Marsh blocks it. Brody Minkin scoops it up to give GI much-needed turnover. Now, Grand Island hoping to make something happen here. Cohen Evans pass to Marsh is good. Several Storm players would tackle. The ball comes loose. Elkhorn South takes over on downs. Fourth quarter now. Storm leading 35-3 as they add before another clock winds down. Elkhorn South at the goal line. Gavin Shanahan into the end zone. Sound of the sirens as the Storm take a massive home lead as they go on to win big, 42-3. Now the Warriors looking to bounce back from their first loss to the Bearcats, looking for the upset after another Omaha team. Now it's Anthony Rizak rushing from 11 yards out to put Westside up 7-0. Second quarter, though, Kearney going to the field as they botch it on the Westside's Ty Kiefer recovers the short kick, and he runs it about 20 yards as Westside executes the great field position. Now Rizak to Jazz Yahim Ross for the option, and he's going to get a score here. Keeps it open, 14-0 as Jalen Lloyd, as Deion Sanders says, that boy can run. and they should have been 85 yards to the house off this short pass to make it 21-0 as Beckman to ruling in the 17-yard corner. As this game was actually moved to Papio South, and we just got a final. Omaha Westside wins big 41-14. Over Nebraska Christian hosting Sutton for homecoming. The Eagles up 14-6. Second now, Miles Johnson says, not so fast. First play of the drive. He's off to the races. 53 yards to the house. Suddenly, we've got a tie game. But Nebraska Christian hoping to change that before the break. Will Toogood showing off his speed as he takes this into Mustangs territory. And then it's Drew Perdue's turn. He cuts back, turns the corner as he gets to about the 10-yard line here as he stopped just short inside the red zone. But the Eagles running out of time for the half. Oliver Herman looking at the end zone's times expires. He's picked off. The contest all knotted up at 14 at the half. But Nebraska Christian hangs on to win 26-14. Or 26-22. Central City now looking for a statement over Pierce. Blue Jays moving the ball well early. Abraham Scotling with a hole of the quarterback to keep it moved to Pierce into Bison territory. 3 plays later, Shotling slings it to Ben Brommer along the sideline. He sheds Central City players left to the right, the end zone. Blue Jays up 6-0 early. But the Bison answer back. Do what Bison do. Derek Pfeiffer dumps it to his twin brother, Dylan, for a couple yards as Central City went up 8-6. Then the Bison defense coming in clutch. Loose ball, and it's recovered by Clark Brown for Central City. Recovers the fumble to capitalize as Carter Simonson in for an injured Pfeiffer. Hands it off to Tyler Carroll, who sprints, and he does the rest. This is a shootout back and forth as Pierce would come away with the dub in this one, 56-35. St. Cecilia is one of 4 unbeaten teams in Class C2, but Wood River is one of 5 lost teams in the uber competitive Class C. Now, would St. Cecilia continue to rule division, or would Wood River hand them their first loss? St. Cecilia traveling to Wood River to take on them tonight, but the Blue Hawks getting right to work. Carson Kudlacek hands it off to Quinn Rosno, up short for the run across the goal line, and St. Cecilia up 7-0 early. And then they're not done, though. Kudlacek with a beautiful pass to Jensen Anderson, and he's gone for the touchdown as they were up 7-0. And then third down, Kudlacek looking for more as Hayden DeMuth. But Wood River's Madden Brabeck would force the punt there as Eagles looking for more first points of the game. Waylon Cronk's pass aimed for Caden Smith, but it's would just reach out of reach there for Cooper Butler, who scoops it up for the goal line. As the Kudlacek on the quarterback keeper. Now St. Cecilia, third touchdown of the quarter as they were up 21-0 with 4 minutes left in the quarter. And St. Cecilia continues to roll as they swoop in there with a big win, 53-7 over Wood River. To Milner, where it was another battle of unbeatens. SEM was hosting Red Cloud, and right before the half here, the Warriors were up 22-14. But look at Noah Eggleston buying time, no time left on the clock, and he throws up a prayer, and it's answered in the form of Creighton Line, who makes a great catch to tie this one up heading into the half. Start of the second half now, and it's Ben Eli takes the kickoff, and he breaks a couple tackles, and it's nothing but daylight in front of him. He gone, deuce, peace, as he finds pay dirt to put the Warriors out back in front. Now this game went back and forth like a heavyweight boxing match. The Mustangs would answer back. With this haymaker, Eggleston throws a dime to Cohen Rohde in stride as he saunters in for the end zone, as neither team wanted to lose. Warriors looking to answer back as Eli connects with a tight end, Carson Frey, for the big gain. And then 2 plays later, Eli putting the sneak in quarterback sneak. As he reaches for the pylon, he dives in there like Superman for the touchdown. The Warriors now up 36-30, and it's the magician, Noah Eggleston, keeping it alive, and he throws a dart, someone he knows really well, Kellen Eggleston, for the first down and more, as Kellen then would cap this one off for the touchdown as the Mustangs remain undefeated as they go on to win big, 54-36. Over to Elm Creek, where another unbeaten Buffaloes were taking on Twin Loop. Early on, it was Slate McKeel pounds this in for the 1-yard touchdown. Buffaloes trying to get something more. Stetson Bottorff isn't fooled as he sacks the quarterback as they would force a punt. Buffalo's defense is stout, though. Dylan Carr wraps up the running back for the tackle for loss. Ensuing drive, 3rd and short, Bo Knapp, he drops back. He throws a beautiful pass to Isaiah Quintana as he makes a nice catch. But the Wolves would stymie the Buffaloes once again as they stopped them on 4th and short. And the Wolves, they would hand the Buffaloes their first loss of the season as they were victorious 30-14 on the road. Over to Kearney Catholic, where the Stars were battling Ord in a great game. Second half now, the defense came to play. They stop him for a 1-yard loss. And then coach says, hey, let's run that back. Let's call this play Chicago. No, I'm not talking Midway. I'm talking O'Hare in the name of Garrett O'Hare, as he was a man on a mission, single-handedly forcing Ord to punt. Stars looking to take the lead. It's Tyson Reddinger picks up the first down and much more. But the Stars would end up forcing to punt this one, turnover on downs. And then look at the run by Trent McCain. He's looks like he gets stopped, but he keeps his legs moving as Ord is victorious in this one, 41-21. Northwest, under a full moon, was taking on Gering and their brand new field. And the drive starts as Tyler Douglas. Where'd he go? Oh, he scores a touchdown. He gets behind the pylon, 7-0 Northwest. Gering tries to capitalize on the next possession. Ran in the backfield, and we've got a turnover right there as they would get sacked. And Northwest, Lincoln Flagel turns the handoff, and he runs short up the middle as the ground game was working for Northwest. 14-0, back and forth. Ultimately, Northwest gets the ball again. 20, they say we can do it through the air. 20-0 there, 21-0 as the Vikings would roll big, 37-17.